On the night when the world waited for beauty, brilliance, and fairness, a shadow was already cast across the Miss Universe 2025 stage. The cameras showed a dazzling crown, a tear-filled smile, and a victory that millions believed was earned. But behind the glitter, behind the loud cheers, behind the shining stage lights, a truth was waiting like a ticking bomb, one that would explode just hours after the crowning. Because on the same day, Miss Mexico Fatima Bosch stood on the stage of Bangkok, calling herself Miss Universe 2025, a man who once sat on the jury stepped forward with a revelation so shocking, so dangerous, so unbelievable, that it has shattered the foundation of the world's biggest beauty pageant. Tonight, on Mr. Darkman TV, we bring you the story they never wanted you to hear. Miss Mexico is a fake winner. Those were the words spoken by a resigned Miss Universe judge, Omar Harfouch, and he said them 24 hours before the final show even began. He declared on HBO America that he already knew Miss Mexico would be crowned, not because she deserved it, but because the Miss Universe owner, Raúl Rocha, was in business with Fatima Bosch's father. A deal sealed behind closed doors. A winner selected long before the world voted, and a judge pressured to obey. Before we continue this chilling investigation, make sure you like, subscribe, and press the bell icon, because on Mr. Darkman TV, hosted by Zainab Sabir, we uncover stories that others either silence or fear. From the very beginning, Omar Harfouch's journey in Miss Universe 2025 was different. He wasn't just a judge. He was a respected French-Lebanese musician, a man who composed original music for the competition, a man trusted to represent fairness in an international contest watched by millions. But everything changed just 1 week before the coronation. In Dubai, in a private meeting, Omar claims that Miss Universe owner Raúl Rocha and his son approached him with a request that sounded more like an order. They told him to vote for Fatima Bosch, Miss Mexico, because it will be good for our business. Omar says he was stunned, confused, disturbed. This wasn't a competition anymore. It was a business negotiation, dressed in gowns and glitter. A week later, he realized why they said it. Because the final result, according to him, was already written. Then came November 21st, 2025. Just 24 hours before the world tuned in to watch the final show, HBO America aired an exclusive segment with Omar Harfouch. He publicly declared that Miss Mexico would win, not because of her performance, but because the Miss Universe owner had personal business ties with her father. When this segment aired, the world didn't believe it. They thought it was impossible. But the next day, when Fatima Bosch was crowned, suddenly millions began connecting the dots. The audience had already pointed out that Bosch performed weakly in major rounds, especially compared to frontrunners like the Philippines' Atisa Manalo. They noticed her stumble in Q&A, the lack of spark in competition, the subdued stage presence. Yet, she still won. Why? Omar's resignation 3 days before the finale added fuel to the fire. He said he walked away after discovering that the top 30 semi-finalists out of 136 contestants had been chosen through a secret, illegitimate vote, a vote allegedly conducted by individuals who were not part of the official jury. One of them, he claimed, even had a romantic relationship with a contestant. A conflict of interest so severe that he called it fraud on a global scale. Omar said he refused to stand on stage and pretend to judge when he actually had no power, because the semi-finalists were already chosen, the winner was already chosen, and the public was being deceived. But this wasn't the end. Omar said he hired a leading law firm in New York to explore filing a complaint against the Miss Universe organization for fraud, corruption, deception, breach of contract, emotional damage, and reputational harm. He said he was used as a prop, a tool meant to show the world that everything was fair, while powerful people moved pieces behind the scenes. And when Omar exposed this secret, another judge, former Chelsea midfielder Claude Makelele, also resigned, giving personal reasons, though many believe the timing was not a coincidence. Meanwhile, chaos erupted inside the pageant itself. Miss Mexico had walked out earlier when Thai organizer Nawat publicly insulted her. Delegates took sides. The reigning queen supported her. Contestants froze in fear as Nawat warned them not to stand. Miss Jamaica fell from the stage. Miss Britain tripped. Rumors of tension, manipulation, and disorganization filled the backstage hallways. And when Fatima Bosch was finally crowned, the applause was buried under suspicion. Miss Universe organization quickly denied all allegations. They insisted their judging protocols were transparent, official, and supervised. They said no secret jury existed. They dismissed Omar's claims as false. But people noticed something. Their statement acknowledged the existence of external groups related to Beyond the Crown, which Omar argued proved there were entities operating outside the official system. The world suddenly felt divided. One side defending the crown, the other demanding answers. And then came the final twist. HBO officially confirmed that a full investigative documentary exposing every detail of this controversy will be released in May 2026. A documentary containing unseen footage, secret recordings, legal evidence, and testimonies. The world now waits, wondering what will come next. Was Miss Mexico truly crowned through power, not performance? Was Miss Universe 2025 a pre-written script? And how deep does this go? Tonight, we have shown you only the beginning. A storm is coming for the Miss Universe organization, and the truth, no matter how buried, always rises. The crown shines bright on stage, but behind it, shadows are growing, and those shadows are finally speaking. This is Mr. Darkman TV. I am your host, Zainab Sabir, and we will continue to follow every twist in this global scandal. Because darkness is not just something we expose, it is something we investigate until the world can no longer ignore it. Stay alert, stay aware, and remember, what you see on stage is not always real, but what we reveal, always.